When I see all these terrorists, them, where they on the screen, they be kill them and they display their dead body for public, which is a fantastic thing for bring about closure and justice to their victims. Except one of these terrorists. This one, he named Efang for ADF, where he don't terrorize people them for Batibo. He don't publicly execute people them for Batibo. As I speak, ye terrorists them, they don't go burn the village for a while for Batibo. As I speak, they don't block the Trans-African Highway where they lead from Bamenda to Manfe, frustrate thousands of people their lives. But this terrorist, carcass, now the only one where they treat him with exception. Why? Efang, he died body there for mortuary. Why? Why would they treat a common criminal, terrorist, beheader, rapist, person where they do public executions for Guzang? Why would they treat it their body like say it been as some, the carcass where it's supposed to be thrown in public for we for laugh at, for bring justice to the victims and closure to the community of Batibo? Someone somewhere, it talks to me to go put their body for mortuary. Mortuary. What are you trying to do with this one? What to be special about Efang? When I want for giving a state burial, that is the question. Why we never display Efang carcass for Batibo, for Guzang Square, where he execute people them? Why have we not done that? Who is stopping it? Now, who talks to me to go put it their body for mortuary and to achieve what? What are we going to benefit from this? Is it true that some people them they protect Efang? Now, one of the reasons that way they don't kill it all this while, to the extent where once it die, they still try to protect the dead body. Who in order say me they go put the carcass of this terrorist in a mortuary? They spend Cameroon state money, our money, where would they pay taxes them? They go put this common criminal, mass murderer and public executioner for Guzang, they go put the carcass for mortuary. If that thing no vex you, it vex me. Now, who give that order? And in need for explain for we why? Why when they treat Efang special? Maybe not true where they talk say AGOVC, ADF, they work with some members inside the Cameroon government, because I cannot explain this. When I look at this one, Bitakola, they kill him, throw away the dead body for Bisek Junction. Transporter, the same. Tanimu for Sambongari, they throw away their body too for public. Mombasa for Kumba, the same. Poison. Mad Dog Fonte Lucas, they kill him, throw away their body for hospital runabout. Ayeke, the dead body, we see him for Kumba Bisek Junction. Oliver Lekiaka, territory export, despite the fact that the carcass don't start smell, they display their body for Bisek Junction, that's all. This one, Deco of ADF, they throw away their body for Bisek Junction, all man can see them. Mbola for Manu, they displayed their body for Manfe. This one, Spirito, they displayed their body for Kumba. These two people them now victims of Ambazona terrorism. Efang take these people them, go for public for Guzang, execute them.
We will take care of them. Our forces will take care of them. As you all know, yesterday, the Ambazonia Defense Forces, following the established Ambazonian Code of Law and Code of Justice, carried out summary execution publicly of 2 Cameroon spies recruited by the B commander in Ambo,
and then they come for Facebook and claim say yes, now we do one. And someone in the Cameroon government is holding Efang's carcass in a mortuary. We, the people of Momo, deserve an explanation. What are you intending to do? What will be your plan? For keeping for mortuary? For prepare for his state funeral? Is that what we are waiting for? When I announce his state funeral, make we hear no. When I announce the day when I go drape a coffin with flag, for giving an honorable, befitting terrorist burial, is that what we are waiting for? Some of us now victims of these terrorist atrocities. Them, we need justice done. We need closure. The fact that we advocate, say me they throw their die body for public square. It not being that because say we just like for see their body. No, now because we understand what to be the impact of doing that. The impact, it go to the root cause of why this pikin they carry guns for bush in the first place. Many of these pikin they don't even know the word marginalization. Many of them don't even talk English. They don't even write their name. Many of them don't know anything about corruption or anything. They carry that gun for bush because of the lies and manipulation and the fake news where the Ambazuna terrorists they be spread them for 2016, 17, 18. In order for solve a problem, you get to first of all diagnose the problem. You get to understand the problem fundamentally. The begin to be de-radicalized because of these things. And when we kill the terrorists, we display their body. It affects them psychologically. They tell them, say, one, you will be killed. Two, Amba terrorists are dying on a daily basis. Remember, say this pikin they carry guns for bush in the first place because of those kind of lies. They be tell them say Amba boy no they die. They be tell them say they join the army for country. They be tell them say bullet no they enter. How do you combat those lies? You get to kill them, display their body in public, let the world know, and also for stop the Ambazuna terrorist propaganda where they go talk say no, he don't disappear, appear for Nigeria. Baba don't cookie. Hey, Amba boy no they die. All those lies. Because of the fact that will not be displayed that shit, no white blast called no pity, ye die body in public. Do you know that till today, there are some people, yes, a minority, but still, there are some people who claim that no pity is alive with no evidence. Because for belief, no require no ounce of evidence. When you be illiterate, poorly educated, which is the reality of a massive chunk of the Anglophone youth, that is the truth. When they be gullible to that level, when they be easily manipulated, easily convinced, when they choose to believe instead of looking for the truth and reality, for look for knowledge and understanding, they choose to believe. Those kind of people, the only way for shock them out of that occultism. Now, when you carry kumkum, go give them. You shoot the bullet, enter. You shoot a friend, he die for your front. That time, with that level of evidence for your face, enough it ever believe no other lie where any Amba terrorist it go tell you. And I understand some politicians today and some religious leaders them and some people of goodwill, don't get me wrong, I know to fight them. Those people, some of them believe, say appeasing the Amba terrorists will yield some kind of results. I guarantee you it will not. It will not. Appeasing the Amba terrorists is setting a very dangerous precedent. And once you don't open that can of worms, you no go ever close them. Once you appease the Ambazona terrorists, be prepared for appease all the other people the way they go carry guns to for fight the Cameroon state. The Bambilekes, the Northeasts, the Eastern Province, them too, they get grievances, they fit carry guns too, and they will cause more damage than this shit no white blast the way they did in the Anglophone zone, killing themselves, burning their own villages and stopping their own people from using the roads, destroying construction equipment like the one we happened for Ndu a few days ago, actually now yesterday, construction equipment where the Amba terrorists, the born from Ndu, yesterday the 25th of January 2024, because today now Friday the 26th. So we cannot appease Ambazonia terrorists, not because we don't want to, because we cannot afford to. And I understand, say some people today within the Cameroon government, some of them well-meaning people and upstanding citizens and patriots of the country, some of them religious leaders. Someone, somewhere, it talks to me, they go hold the carcass for mortuary. We need explanation. We need to know who. We need to know why. What will be the political calculation? What will be the economic, social benefit? What will be the reason why this terrorist, a carcass, a day inside mortuary? We need for display a carcass in public because it go de-radicalize the other ones wey dey for bush. It go bring justice to the community where it don't terrorize them for so long, and it go debunk all the lies where subsequently it go come, or the ones where they don't talk about this terrorist. It go debunk them all. The reason why we don't stop ambassador terrorists from recruiting more Anglophone youth, the gullible, the impressionable ones them for can't join ambassador terrorism, is because of the idea say when we kill them, we display their dead body. So now the lies where Amba they tell these people for 2016, 17, and 2018, the lies don't work anymore. And to the people them where they talk about appeasing the Amba terrorists, say we need for engage, we need for dialogue, we need for negotiate. They talk about how every conflict ends on the negotiation table. Good and fine. Ask them. May they tell the Amba terrorists for first dialogue amongst themselves. May them first negotiate. I want to see Dewe, Capo Daniel, Ayabacho Lucas, Sako Ekome, Christopher Anu, Eric Tato, all of them talk with one voice. And then even me, I could be tempted for take them seriously. Because this band of bandits cannot be satisfied. Then they first of all know all of them, they get their own different agenda, and it's all about criminality, for extort money from the Anglophone population, for use these people them as their own place for go chop, for go find chop. They don't see the vulnerability, the desperation of the Anglophones them as an opportunity for them to make relevant of them of their useless lives, their failed lives, failed politicians, failures in lives. They don't see Anglophones them as their chop farm. That is the reality of what is happening. Let them first of all dialogue, negotiate amongst themselves, agree on anything. May they just first of all agree on how many days they are in January.
My advice is, and I have spoken to several organizations in the United States, but maybe it would require somebody somewhere else to at least get representatives of them together and to start out by agreeing to something simple, like how many days are there in January? I know I'm being facetious, but that's why I was so frustrated with this declaration on October 1st that they couldn't even get together to agree on that. Something so that they could start building some sense of common purpose. Maybe God can open these human hearts. If anybody can do it, God can do it, and get them to be willing to end up in the same room and to start, agreeing on some of these things so that they can engage together with the international community.
May they just first of all agree on how many days they are in January. Just that alone before they want to agree on anything else. So how do you even get a consensus with a band of terrorist criminals like these, who have no cause, who have no conviction, who have no mandate or legitimacy to speak on behalf of the people they claim that they are fighting for? They don't turn tormentors. They are burning down the villages like the one for AY, burning down the villages like the one for Bangang where they burn them down, killing Anglophones, blocking the roads, stopping development, stopping construction, economic sabotage, and all of those things are making your territory ungovernable. How on God's green earth do you negotiate and get anywhere with this band of terrorists? How? When I first of all explain for we, when the appeasement people them can explain for we, articulate for we, how it be possible for talk to people the way themselves they don't know what the way they want to talk about. They don't get them no agenda except for kill Anglophones, for make themselves relevant and for make money for themselves. They are criminals. And there's only one place for criminals: in prison or in the grave. That is my opinion, and I stand by it, and I go defend that opinion with every ounce of energy in my blood. I mean, every ounce of energy in my body and every drop of my blood. I know the people, the way they believe in appeasing Ambazonia terrorists. They could try to convince Cameroon government officials by saying things them like, say, if they no dialogue, negotiate, or engage with the Ambazonia terrorists, or with the Canada pre-talks, or the Swiss talks, or whatever, say there will be repercussions. Say the international community could do this. They could sanction Cameroon, all this and that. I remember very well time where we will talk, say, make they ban the circulation of Okada bikes inside Bamenda for save human lives. People, they will come up with the same lazy excuse. Oh, if we ban the Okada, the terrorists, they could declare, say, they don't ban taxi, it could destroy the economy for Bamenda, they could do this and that. Now, make I ask you, since the 1st of December 2023, when the SDO for Menzam, it banned the circulation of Okada inside certain areas and for town for Bamenda, what did the separatists or terrorists do? What did they do? The answer is nothing. When I know why? Because they don't have the capability. Even for make empty threats, we don't take away that capability from them. Time when I be talk say, oh, Canada pre-talks. Now when Cameroon don't declare, say they never mandate no person for enter any negotiation or whatever. Canada go do this. America go do this. The European Union go do. All of those people, the way they be work and talk, all that noise, it don't be now 1 year. What's that the day? What's that the sanctions? So when I see and say this, so the people then wait the day for that appeasement, they haven't got a clue what they are talking about. Every single time we disprove them. The strategies, the way we don't implement them, where we advocate for, now them they produce results. The people, the way they work and talk about appeasement, where they work and talk to make Cameroon capitulate to a band of terrorist bandits, those people have never produced any results, not an ounce. Where we fish one today, Libya will be peaceful because of what we do. Nkambe, Limbe, Boya, Kumba, Mafe Central, and the vast chunk of Momo and other areas them, they be peaceful because of the diligent work with the gallant Cameroon military, the DUAM, and the collaboration with the forces of security and the local community. Now wait that way, it don't produce that results. The people, the way they work and talk about appeasement, say dialogue, say negotiation, those people them, at best, they be misinformed, misguided, and clueless. At worst, na Ambazonia terrorist sympathizers them, where they get the same agenda with the terrorists.
BLM will be most affected. Now, which will be the reason? Me, President don't send me down what we do for as minister many times for do politics for the BLM. I know the place. It will be easy. Now, here's the day plenty. And that terrain for hills, it favor people they do criminal activities. Because if you stand for one hill, you see person they come from far. So the problem will be hot for the BLM past other people, other places. So I hope and I pray, say any man will hear this talk, make carry this talk to the kingdom. Because true, President Pierre talks say he not fight war with the kingdom. Because if you fight war, we get strong army with military, with air force. When I don't see one day aeroplane go bomb any place like he did for other places, we done here for other places for West Africa where they get problem. Aeroplane they go bomb place. It will never happen here. Even heavy artillery will not use it because not be war. Where will they? We'll get problems. There will not be war. We'll not fight war with picking them. So will they just ask the parents to talk to their children? They don't see for themselves, say this thing is not fine. The price of staying there, death. One day, it will go. As Field Marshal, it will go.
Chief Dr. Joseph Jongute.
So when I don't listen, now the Prime Minister, that head of government, Chief Dr. Dion Gute, for interview where he gave out of the 13 divisions the way the day in the Anglophone zone, he choose for mention one division. That one division, Lebialem, why is that? Because of the fantastic work where we don't do for clean Lebialem. That work, it not be involved appeasing the terrorists. It be involved killing the terrorists, displaying their dead body them in public, like Ayeke, like Oliver Lekiaka, as the Prime Minister himself, he don't mention them. That is the solution. That is what is required. And as a result of that, you can see for yourself, the chiefs, the elites for Lebialem, the Bangwa people, they are returning back home. Peace and normalcy in the return. At the peak of Ambazona terrorism, Lebialem been at the highest, most affected region of all the other, division of all the other 13 divisions them in the Anglophone zone. Lebialem, the biggest Ambazona terrorist propaganda, it be come out now from Lebialem. The biggest and highest number of Amba terrorists they be concentrated in Lebialem. But today, due to the systematic, meticulous, hard work of the blacklegs and the military and the cooperation where we don't get time with the ex-combatants and the communities on the ground, we don't systematically eradicate Ambazona terrorism out of Lebialem through good communication, through good intelligence network and gathering of information, collating it, and then sharing it with the authorities and with the military on the ground, and executing good military operations them successfully on the ground. Now you don't yield the results for Lebialem. It was not by appeasement. It was by good intelligence, good communication, good military operations and successes on the ground. And when the terrorists were killed, we not be hide them. We will bring the dead body them for public, can display them like Oliver Lekiaka, like Ayeke, like Mike, like Benson, who display the dead body in public. And now wait that way, it give the confidence for the Bangwa people them, for the chiefs, for the elites, for the ordinary civilians them, for work more with the military and for achieve better results. And that's why the civilians, the IDPs are returning back into Lebialem for go rebuild their communities them. That's why the Amba terrorist lies don't work anymore. That's why for about a year today, when I never hear anything they happen inside Lebialem, it's not by appeasing Ambazona terrorists. And I understand say some people the day way they believe in the appeasement. From people them in government to civil society to some religious leaders, some of them well-meaning people, but they are wrong. Follow Maui no road. The Amba terrorists are being eradicated. And we will eradicate the nonsense once and for all, once we kill all the Amba terrorists. And when we kill them, we must display their dead body in public for demystify this Amba nonsense, stop the lies and propaganda, make the communities them, their victims, that get a sense of justice and closure. So at the call on the Cameroon authorities them, the powers that be, do the right thing for my people. I did talk as a bona fide son of the soil for Momo. My people need justice. My people need closure. They need to see a Efang dead body in public. For no, say if any person carry guns against the state, they will be killed like the Arata that they are. Unless we now want for giving a state burial. Unless we now want for tell we say those of we where we don't fight because we stand for the truth when are one and indivisible Cameroon, uncompromising. What message are you sending to us? When you take the carcass of this shit no wibelers, you did treat them like saying a respectable Arata. Display the carcass in public. I am calling on the authorities to do the right thing. Throw away the carcass, me all masiam. We want justice for the people the way he execute them. We want closure. Do the right thing.
With ADF attacks, ADF attacks on civilians in on ground zero, Batibo in particular. We know they have carried out quite a number of attacks against civilians, but what is happening in Batibo calls for particular attention, and that is why I am coming to you with this talking point. If we condemn attacks on civilians in Ngoketunjia and anywhere else in Ambazonia, we cannot do otherwise for ADF attacks on civilians in Batibo, Momo County. The lamentations reaching us from Batibo talk of ADF fighters harassing, arresting, and torturing civilians mercilessly. And this has been going on for quite a while now. In some cases, they pick and lock you up or lock up residents until ransom is paid before they can regain their freedom. This is one of the messages that was sent to me yesterday from a resident observer from Batibo. He said, and I quote, "You cannot enter Batibo now without a receipt in your hands, because the ADF asked people in Batibo, especially from Uwai, Bisam, and people using other routes inside Batibo, that they should pay 10,000 francs. I'm quoting from the person. Men, he said, must pay 10,000 francs. Women pay 5,000. And then they are issued receipts. If you do not have the money, he said, the ADF will catch you and beat you well. When they beat you, they lock you until family or friends come and post bail for the person. Every day," he continued, "people are afraid to enter the village. If you are an outsider and are visiting any of the villages, prepare your 10,000 francs if you are a man. If a woman, prepare your 5,000. If you are someone who has a good job, you are made to pay from 30,000 francs. End of quote. The leadership of AGOFC, which owns and controls the ADF, must be held accountable for these abuses on civilians. If we hold Saigon accountable for abducting people and forcing them to pay ransoms, and making life in general miserable for them in Ngoketunjia, fairness demands that we equally hold AGOFC and the ADF to the same standard. There is a yearning for unity and collaboration among us in this crusade for independence from all over the place. But these efforts meet with stumbling blocks in the face of such criminalities as being perpetrated by AGOFC and the ADF on ground zero. We are bound to condemn and disassociate ourselves from such deplorable treatment of our own civilian population. La République du Cameroon will never call the ADF for such attacks on our people. But all of us, all the groups are then made to be accomplices. And so we have no choice but to condemn it while distancing ourselves from it too. At any time a group that is supposed to be defending the people turns against the same people, we must recognize that for them, the war is no longer against the enemy, against La République du Cameroon, their enemy is the people, and their own war is against the very people they're supposed to defend. In any community where they show up, that community should not hesitate to root them out. They don't fight for you. They make life most miserable for you. If you can do anything on your own to trap them down or to target them to pay for their harassment and torture, it is within your right to do so. Our civilians should not be made double victims in this war, ladies and gentlemen. No, they should not. They cannot be victims in the hands of the invader, La République du Cameroon soldiers, and also victims in the hands of fighters who ought to be protecting them against La République du Cameroon's invaders. In this time of economic misery on our people stemming from the war, civilians should not be subjected to any form of levies they cannot afford. We are not in apartheid South Africa, and civilians should not be subjected to carrying any form of passes as in apartheid South Africa days.
He who wants peace must first prepare for war. If you appease the Amba terrorists today, be prepared for appease all the other groups them or individuals the way they carry guns for challenge the state of Cameroon in the future. Be prepared for that. I'm not being a prophet of doom, but I tell you now, based on experience and studies. Now, why that way? No sovereign state in the world get them in their policy for appease terrorists, especially terrorists the way they don't get no leverage. They don't get no legitimacy for talk on behalf of the Anglophones. They don't be leaders in the Anglophone community in any way. They have no leverage. They hold nothing that the Cameroon government want. Anything the Cameroon government want do it can defeat do them. They are killing their own people. And to a greater extent, these people are the same people who gave these children the guns. To a greater extent, when they torment their own people, it will always come back for backfire against them. When they block the roadway, they pass from Bamenda to Manfe, who suffers? Now Cameroon military? No. Now Yaoundé man? No. Now Cameroon government? No. Now the Anglophones them in the northwest and the southwest, they suffer. People they there for that road where they carry diamond, where they go for go bury them. They reach, they say the shit, no white blast. They don't block road. They talk say if you pass, they go kill you. They there with diamond. For how many days? They don't fit pass. So when they get to go turn backwards, pass Boya, pass go Douala, pass go round for find way for can't bury your dead person because of this shit, no white blast. And then someone, somewhere, it talks to me, they go hold the carcass for mortuary. We need explanation. We need to know who. We need to know why. What will be the political calculation? What will be the economic, social benefit? What will be the reason why this terrorist, a carcass, a day inside mortuary?